In the previous video, we started working with sculpting and also a little bit of 3D modeling in ZBrush. So we talked about the 2D, so how we can create sketches, how we can create compositions with 2.5D, and then we started to work with some primitives, and we can adjust the subdivisions, the number of polygons, and also we started to work a little bit with booleans. And we saw the projection master, which can help you to combine different objects, again similar to the boolean, but projection master can help us to project graphic design and reliefs, so superficial 3D details on our object. So we already saw a little bit of how we can start to apply some detailing in terms of graphic branding and logos and icons or alpha channels that we can use. So we saw also we can work with alpha channels, radial symmetry. We created some customized ring and jewelry. Now, of course, you are not limited to work with jewelry or ring. You can work with any product. So I'm gonna show you in this video how you can create like a really draft model that we're gonna use also later on, and which will become more defined, and we're gonna add details and so on. I want to show you some websites here where you can get some 3D models that you can study, you can use, you can see how they have been crafted. Now you can see this Polyhaven website has nice 3D models, really realistic, and like this modern armchair right here. So you can see they have a lot of details like the worn out material, like consumed pillows, and you have like those really fine details. But those are not only 3D, those are like maps, like normal map or displacement maps or bump maps that will give you that effect. But from ZBrush, you need to start by creating details, and then you can export them as maps or textures. Now you can see we have like graphic design applied here in 2D, like painting on this jug, and we have also reliefs applied. So probably all of these models here have been created by using 3D modeling and also sculpting, because they have so many details, so many fine details, that this level of detail cannot be reached just with modeling. You need sculpting, you need to know how to use sculpt and paint tools. Now you can see we can export here in Blender. We can save, in Blender, we can download Blender file GLTF FBX. Now we are totally fine with FBX, so you won't have any problems from models that you get in Polyhaven. But there are other websites I want to show you. Like TurboSquid has a lot of different 3D models, but not always you will find that 3D file format that you need to work on ZBrush. So I want to show you also how you can work this out, so you can go around this problem. So if you go in another website here like Sketchfab, which has a lot of 3D models, but most of those, they are only available in Blender format and GLTF, which is open source format. You will not find them in FBX or OBJ, which are formats that you can use with ZBrush. So I suggest you can download Blender because it's open source, so you don't need to pay anything. Just go there on the official website, you can download it, install it, and with Blender you can actually convert open source formats into FBX, OBJ, STL, so more like standard formats. So I have created video guides dedicated to Sketchfab, to Polyhaven, to TurboSquid, so you can just search for them in the channel. And you can see here you have a lot of products, different types of products, also a shuttle, and you have statues and firearms or weapons, shoes, and so on and so far. So you can take anything you want. I'm gonna take this orbiter space shuttle from the Smithsonian Institution. That's the author right there. So just to credit the author, but this is CC0 public domain, so you can just download it. In GLTF, you can see there that those are the formats. You can check the formats before you actually download the models, and you can use it in Blender, you can use it in Unity or Unreal Engine, and again you will find videos and courses about all these 3D software and interactive software and level design, game design software. So if we gonna create our account in Sketchfab, then you can download, and you can see we only have GLTF that it's available. So we don't have FBX here. So if you want to use any 3D object out there, I suggest you use Blender. Now you can see I've extracted my textures here of the downloaded file, and also I need to extract the source. So I'm gonna extract, and there you go. So I have now the files here that represent the 3D object, which is GLTF, and then other formats and things like that. So I'm gonna open up Blender, and you can see it's empty. It's an empty level here. Now you can use Blender just like 3D Studio Max or Maya or Cinema 4D to create scenes, more complex scenes and really large scenes. While in ZBrush we actually work with a single subject and really small scenes. Here we can assemble really large scenes. I'm gonna go to import here. I'm gonna import GLTF format that I just saved from Sketchfab. So this is gonna be the folder where I saved it, and I can import it, and it's gonna bring also the textures. This is the beauty of GLTF. So it's gonna export it also with FBX. So if you wanna see the texture, just change the visualization type. And again, if you're interested in Blender, you will find an entire video course in Blender in our channel. So I'm just gonna go quick here and just going to show you how you can import and export. So we have the file. We can see also the structure with the wireframe. This is, I think this is like with the photogrammetry, which is taking pictures in 2D and create a 3D. Now I'm gonna export in FBX. You can see here I can also export in OBJ and also STL. It's a format that it's readable by 3D printers as well as ZBrush. So this is photogrammetry I was telling you, which means that it's 3D created from 2D images, and you will find video guides about this topic too in the channel. Now I'm gonna select the folder where I want to export it, and I'm gonna create a new one. So I'm just gonna call this import in the ZBrush folder, and I want to export only the selected object. So I'm gonna type the name down there. So it's gonna be shuttle FBX and only the selected object. So I'm gonna check the selected object because I don't want the camera nor the light. Okay, now it's exported, and now I go back to ZBrush and import it. So just go in the tool palette, import, select ZBrush, select the import folder, select the file in the import folder, which is the shuttle FBX. I don't need cameras, so I'm gonna deactivate those two buttons there. And I just, well, let's say that I want materials as, I don't want selection set as polygroups. Let's say that I want the materials as subtools. So if there are like more objects with different materials, they're gonna be imported with the different subtools. So to check that, I'm gonna go in the subtool palette, and you can see that this is just one tool, so we don't have any other subtool. So I can click and drag, and that's my shuttle right there. And I'm just gonna switch to edit mode, and I'm gonna change the material so we can see it a little bit better, because this is kind of a wax material or like clay material. So I'm gonna get something white, and this is gonna show me the model, which looks fine. But if you go really close, you're gonna see a lot of defects because this is again photogrammetry. And if you go in the texture map down in the tool palette, you can see that we have a texture which is unwrapped. It's actually more exploded than unwrapped, but this is probably the result of some automatic unwrapping or UV map creation. Now we're gonna talk about texture, UV map, and other things about painting later on. I'm just gonna show you here that you can access the texture map, you can turn the texture map off,